Hello everybody, in this video I'm going to be talking about some stocks that I think are really good investments during the China and US trade war. Some of these companies are not yet profitable, and this trade war could potentially last years, so it would be quite a while before you see a really great return on some of these companies, but I do think there are really great investments, especially if these stock prices continue to drop as the companies grow. You've probably noticed that in the previous few months we've seen a lot of really small stock market crashes, and there's big potential here for a big stock market crash, and during that stock market crash any Chinese involved companies are going to see huge drops, which creates really big volatility for these Chinese companies and really good discount investments, as I like to call them. Maybe my personal favorite out of the stocks I'm going to talk about today is Tencent Holdings, ticker symbol TCEHY, and this stock has increased in over 160% in the last 5 years. Tencent is a huge e-commerce company in China, like a few of the other stocks I'm going to be talking about in this video, but why I personally like them is Tencent Games. So Tencent is completely in charge of developing PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds in China with their mobile version, which is doing extremely well in the United States as well as growing a lot in China. And they also have huge stakes in the video game publishers Ubisoft and Epic Games, which are private companies that are doing extremely well, especially with having a 40% stake in Epic Games, which, if you don't know, they made Fortnite, which has been making tens of millions of dollars every day for the last couple of years. Next up is the stock Pinduoduo, ticker symbol PDD, which is another e-commerce company. This company is not yet profitable and is still highly speculative, but they sell a very wide range of products online, very similar to Amazon. And if they do turn out to be profitable and grow extremely fast, similarly to Amazon, you could end up seeing a return similar to if you had invested in Amazon in the early days. So definitely do some research on this one if you are interested in getting invested in a small e-commerce company that may see some huge growth potential in China. Next up is the stock Alibaba, ticker symbol BABA, which is the most popular stock on this list and actually one I am personally invested in. Alibaba is another e-commerce company, and they've seen some phenomenal growth in the last 3 or 4 years. I promise these are not all e-commerce companies, but what really excites me about Alibaba is that they're doing an 8-to-1 stock split in the next year or so. Typically after a stock split, especially after one that big, these stock prices go way up, and if you are an investor beforehand, you're going to see some really good profits. Alibaba is also doing a lot better in international growth all throughout Asia than the other e-commerce companies on this list. NIO is another stock that I have a very small personal stake in. NIO is a maker of high-end electric vehicles, and they're going to be a direct competitor with Tesla once they finish building their huge gigafactory over there. And if Tesla's building that huge gigafactory over there, the biggest one in the world, then there's definitely a market for electric vehicles, and I think NIO is definitely going to be able to achieve profitability within the next couple of years, which is going to make their stock price soar. NVDA is another very popularly traded stock, ticker symbol NVDA, and they make microchips, and they're actually the only stock on this list not to be headquartered in China, but along with Micron and Advanced Micro Devices, they sell a ton of microchips to China, so they are very heavily affected by the China trade war. Sorry for this very simple cutoff graph here, but in about the last 2 years, NVIDIA has increased by over 200% with their stock price, whereas the S&P 500 has only increased by about 34%. And then Micron is also doing really well, and Advanced Micro Devices is actually seeing even better growth than NVIDIA. So definitely look at all three if you are at all interested in investing in the microchip industry at a really good valuation on those companies amid the trade war. JD.com, ticker symbol JD, is another e-commerce company that's seen some really big growth for their company in the last 5 years or so. They have seen a couple of profitable quarters, but they are not completely profitable yet. Personally, if I was interested in getting invested in e-commerce in a Chinese company, I would probably pick one of the other ones on this list, but they are still definitely worth looking into. If you have any questions, please do let me know down in the comments below, and come check out my channel for some really good investment ideas and subscribe for more content. Thank you so much for watching.